30 minutes. Right. 10 minutes makes all tipped off anyway. Looks like I accidentally deleted the second half of the 3-part recording. Happy recordings too. In the second part, I was just talking about, how I used to have my habits, like when I wasn't working on a Saturday and it was summertime, I always went to, and the sun was up, it was a Saturday, I wasn't working, it was summertime and the sun was up, I always go to a local cricket park and watch a cricket game. I usually wouldn't sit there and watch the whole game, but I'd watch a few overs anyway. Because there's 30 overs per away at club level. At professional level, they got the 50 overs, which means 50 sets of 6 deliveries. The bowling, and then he who that's if your team survives that long. Otherwise, you get knocked out. You leave with whatever you got. I'd have to always that, and if it was winter time and it was a Saturday and I wasn't working and the sun was up, because when I was working at the tannery and that, we didn't know if we were going to have Saturday off or not. So I'd go and just randomly show up to local rugby club, the Hastings Rugby Sports Club. So I used to play for them. Just things like that, and I always had to have a couple of cans of creaming soda or a couple of cans of Coke or 2 or 3 cans of beer. And sit back and watch those games. Or just pop up on the wall. Just things like that. And I used to, Mohi Bush, there's a bush reserve in Hawke's Bay called the Mohi Bush. It's like the movies. You got like the waterfall, and right next to the waterfall is a tree, like standing at the top of the waterfall. Right next to the top of the waterfall is a tree, so it goes up high and the branch sticks right out and you can jump off into the water. And it's like, you jump, it takes me like 5 to 7 seconds to hit the water. And it's beautiful. That water is at least 50 meters deep. I don't know how deep that water is, but it's real deep. It's beautiful. Bush walking, when I went my bush walks, I had my favourite places. There's like 5 tracks around Tamana Peak, and sometimes I'd go elsewhere, but those are the main ones. Other times I was, I'll get our habits and stuff, I'll go out to the pub and that. Well, when I went to the pub, it was always the same pubs, and when I went to the nightclubs, it was always the same nightclubs. So it's another very autistic thing, is to be. It brings a lot of comfort in a very chaotic world. Except for it's like, if the club is empty, it's not a big deal, you're just like, it's disappointing, it's pretty disappointing, but you can go back home. It was just like comfort, Also, a fake sense of belonging, meaning like I had a sense of belonging, but it was fake because it was when they had a few drinks and I had a few, it was like me acting the way I am naturally was normal because they had a few drinks, right? So I know it was fake, but at least there was a fake sense of acceptance. And it gave me something to do for the time. Not saying go do that, I'm just saying, just giving examples. Yeah, no. My woman Mary did the exact same thing that I've done multiple times before. She thought she started work tomorrow night at like 3 p.m. I was like, oh good, the airplane leaves then. So I'm going to Dunedin because my autistic ass is like, well, you bought the plane ticket there and back for a week and you paid for the concert ticket 5 months ago. So this is what we're doing. And one of my goals is to go to the 5 Super Rugby stadiums here in New Zealand. Because there's 7 famous like rugby and rugby league stadiums. Mount Smart Stadium for the Warriors, that's in Auckland. North Harbour Stadium, because sometimes they have like the Kiwis or the very odd All Black Tests, but that's North Harbour, that's the North Auckland. They should just join Auckland because they win nothing and Auckland wins heaps. And that's, yeah. And then there's Eden Park. That's the Blues home field. I've been there when I was living in Auckland. McLean Park is the Hawke's Bay Magpies, but it's not one of the 5. So the Wellington Regional Stadium, the Sky Stadium, the Cake Tin, that's the Hurricanes home ground. So Pink is having a concert at the Blues home ground and at the Highlanders home ground. And I was like, well, I've never been to the Forsyth Bar Stadium, so we'll go there. And as far as going to the Crusaders home ground and the Chiefs home ground, the All Blacks, as far as we know, don't have any games there. Out of the 10 games they've announced the venues for, it's 14 games, and out of the 10 they've announced the venues, and none of them are at the Crusaders home ground or the Chiefs home ground. So, soon see what happens there. Yeah, but no, my woman, she starts work at 7 o'clock in the morning and she doesn't have her work uniform on her. But don't worry, I've gone to the gym multiple times. I've gone to the gym and left the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning and came to the realization that I had to get up at 3 hours because I was starting at 8 a.m, not 8 p.m. So yeah, it's a real ADHD thing to do, and that's not intentional or anything. It's when you got so much going on in your mind, you can forget little things like that, especially if you're really living in the moment. So I showed up, and then she looked up her portal, and then she realised, oh shit, I start work at 7 in the morning, not 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and I don't have my work uniform. So we were both upset about that, and then we were hugging because the thing was nice. Anyway, it's the type of stuff I was talking about in the second one out of the 3. Don't know if I missed anything. Oh yeah, my physical COA for physical security, cyber security, qualifications, my bachelor's degree in multi studies, national certificate in youth work, forklift license, full driver's license, and graduated high school, and I still couldn't get a job, and then when I finally did, it was all minimum pay rate.